We did it. We survived 2025. And my goodness, what a year 2025 was. So, we're going to do a quick little 2025 recap and talk about some things that I made, did, etc. And then we're going to talk about the quick plans that I have for January 2026 and the rest of 2026. So 2025 was my biggest year for fracture counts. It's actually wild to say this, but I had 4 fractured bones in 2025. I fractured my tailbone, my elbow, a bone under my wrist, in my wrist, under my thumb, and I ended the year in November with a fractured toe. So, like, that was super cool. But all of these fractures led to being found out that I have hypermobility, which, I mean, most of you are probably thinking, girl, how did you not know that? Nobody ever told me, nobody ever looked into it, and I didn't really know much about it. I basically was just like, oh, like, I'm double jointed in some areas. Apparently I'm actually hypermobile everywhere, just not as severely in some places, but it affects literally everything. And if my memory is correct, when I was Googling it, people who are diagnosed with ADHD really young also end up getting diagnosed with hypermobility issues later in life or even closer. So, yeah, I was diagnosed with ADHD at a very young age, and now I'm getting told that I have hypermobility, and it all just kind of makes sense. Because I actually looked at what hypermobility affects, and it affects everything that I've ever had issues with. So, yeah, we're going into 2026 learning how to live our life with hypermobility. And so far, it has not been an easy struggle because I'm really constantly, like, clocking myself for my knees being, like, backwards, where I'm, like, just stood. Like, even now, I can see that, like, I can feel that my legs are bent backwards. Either way, enough talking about that. We're gonna take a sip of coffee. I am the weirdest person right now, and I've been making my iced coffee in my mug because I'm doing it with my instant coffee and my collagen powder. Oh my gosh, there's such a cute little squirrel sitting on my fence. He's just a little chunky guy eating some seeds. Oh, I love it. We finally have some sunshine after like 3 days of darkness here. We had like 2 days of pouring rain, and then we had a snowstorm day. So we haven't had sun, I don't think, since like Christmas or Christmas Eve. One of those we didn't have sun, or was when we last had sun. I don't know, but either way. Growing up, you realize that coffee isn't actually that bad, okay? It's not. Neither are your Brussels sprouts. Eat your Brussels sprouts. Vegetables and coffee are good for you, okay? You will never get me on the wine and beer, though. Nasty. Okay. We're gonna get into this a little bit more. I had coffee. Maybe that'll help the brain. Either way, you guys are all so used to having these chaotic gap sessions that I'm not even worried about it anymore. And if you're not used to this, hello, you're new. How did you find me on this side of the internet? Kidding. I love you and I'm glad you're here. If you want to stay more for other random chaotic gap sessions throughout this year, have fun, subscribe. There's going to be a lot of chaotic yapping this year, and we're also going to do a year of crochet. So that is one of the big things I will be talking about after 2025 wrap up. Okay, so back to fractures. Yes, 4 fractures. 3 of those were within 8 weeks of each other, and that is hilarious to me. Like, 8 weeks to the day, ended up in the ER with the same emergency doctor, and he recognized me because of my tattoos, which is so funny. If you ever want to be anonymous, you can have tattoos, okay? I'm never going to be anonymous again because I'm going to be wonderful coloring book, okay? Speaking of that, 2025 is the year of tattoos and getting my big pieces finished. I got my I just punched myself. Okay, I can already see how this year is going, and I'm so excited for it. Yay. Okay. I finished my Monstera sleeve. This one was a work in progress. I think it took us almost 3 years to do it between my work conflict schedules and just money conflict schedules. 2025 allowed me to do a lot more with my money and give me a little bit more freedom with my money, so I'm very excited about that. So I finished my sleeve. I also got my chest piece finally colored in. We worked on that. Actually, it was 3 years that we started it on the 29th of December. So that's, December 29th, 2022 was when we started my chest piece. And we finally got it finished in November of this year. And I'm so excited. Because same thing, my silly self decided to take on 2 massive pieces at the same time without financial backup for both, so they both took a lot longer. So we finished this one first, we finished this one second. I do have to go for some line touch-ups and some color blocking. I did have like some scabbing in here that took out some of the ink. My fault. I didn't know how to properly take care of my skin. Now we do. That's not saying I didn't know how to take care of my tattoos. There's a difference between taking care of your tattoos and taking care of your skin. That was my problem, okay? Okay? Both are important, but I didn't have all the facts. 2025 was also the year of meeting new people for me and embracing, just asking my questions, okay? I am a very curious person and I'm a very sheltered person. And I will say that. I know nothing, but I'm willing to learn everything. So when I was working at the first factory job that I had in 2025, I worked with a lot of like Indians. And there was one girl that I absolutely loved, so I was always constantly asking her questions. We were trying foods. She would try some of mine, I would try some of hers. It was very fun. Her, I loved. She was a little sweetie pie. I honestly miss her. We lost contact after she left because she went into management positions and I went to another factory. Haven't heard from her since like March, April. Either way, I wish her the best. She was a great person, and I hope she has a very prosperous new year as well. And then we got to my now full-time job where we had a lot of Jamaican temporary workers come in every year for our tomato season. And my goodness, I think this year they were just wilding with me because they were like, yeah, just ask your questions. And when I tell you, if a question popped up, no matter how bad it was, I was just like, yo, I'm asking. They loved it, and they answered, okay? They would answer even the wildest of questions, because I am a curious person. Basically, treat me as if I'm like a 5-year-old with the why complex, okay? I'm curious about everything and anything, and if I don't have an answer, and it's not something that I think, it's appropriate to just Google, I'm gonna ask. There's one thing about me that you will learn is I'm gonna ask. But either way, they were so good to me this year. Like, they were great to me the year before too, but this year I kind of really went in and just bloomed. Okay, we're gonna say that 2025, I bloomed. I wasn't as self-conscious with myself. I didn't hide who I was. I was weirder, okay? And these people are accepting me this year. So 2026, we're getting even weirder. We're just embracing the weird. And that's literally going to be a thing I put up on my vision board. I don't have it done yet. It's January 1st and I still haven't done it yet. But today I just wanted to wake up with a fresh brain. We have sunshine today, so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. And I just can't believe it, you guys. Oh my goodness. Like, I feel so bad because I made jokes throughout the entire year before my 28th birthday about joining the 27 Club. And granted, don't get me wrong, there were spots in the year where I was mentally not well. And I still made those jokes until my 28th birthday. Like, literally the night before I was making those jokes. But I'm really glad that the people that I made those jokes to knew what it was and that I was just playing. Because I literally wasn't. Like, there were some spots this year, yeah, I was down on my luck and I was not having it. But I survived. I'm still here. And it's crazy for me to say that I made it to 28. Like, if I could look back and tell 18-year-old Hannah, we're actually 28 years old now, and we're going into a new full-time position in the new year that we were worried we weren't going to have the chance at again. It's nice. It's great. Like, I got to tell her, we had the health issues, and then in 2025, we kicked our butts. We worked so hard. We lost 100 pounds. Granted, in the last 2 months since Thanksgiving, I did put on 10 pounds. I'm already back down like 5 pounds again. So I think I was just super bloated and water retentive. Obviously, I ate a lot of snackies and I wasn't as movable, but I've been making sure that I've been doing my steps. Yesterday and today, I've been a little slower on them because I just got another tattoo. It was the year of tattoos, okay? I believe between finishing my chest piece and finishing my arm, I also got 3 new ones on my leg. And one of them is the whole back of my calf that we just did on the 30th of this December. So, yeah. And then 2026, we're just going to keep going. Like, my plan, hopefully, for the winter of 2026 is to at least fill out my calf. Like, finish the whole, like, calf portion of my patchwork leg. It really is just kind of like, oh my god, I have this cute little idea. We're going to throw it on. That's what we've been doing. Or my artist, he's been like, oh, I just redid this one. And I'm like, yeah, stenciler right now. I'm down. Let's do it. Which is literally what just happened. I have a jackalope on the back of my leg that was not planned. And I'm obsessed. He's very cute. And he fits the vibe, okay? I am like a weirdo. And a jackalope, cute. Very cute. Very me. And I love it. But, yeah. It was a great year altogether. We had some setbacks. We had some health problems. And now we're going into 2026 just ready for it, okay? 2026 is my year of whimsy. It's my year of weird. It's my year of learning, okay? I hated school, okay? Let me put this out there. I hated school. Hated it, okay? My teachers didn't like me because I didn't shut up. People thought I was weird because of what I liked, and honestly, screw y'all. Some of y'all sucked anyways, okay? You guys were weird. But yeah, like the curriculums, I couldn't follow it. You know, we had teachers that if you missed a day and you were sick, they would literally send you right into a test the next day on a new thing that you weren't even there to learn, just to set you up for failure. So yeah, high school, hated it. Learning now is my pride and joy. I taught myself how to invest this year. And don't get me wrong, I had my stepdad as backup, and I read books, and I watched YouTubes. I asked questions even when I went to the bank. But I did that, okay? I did that. I gave myself the willingness to want to learn, and we learned, okay? We learned. So, yeah, learned. And then I also took on crocheting again. Now, when I first tried to learn crochet, I was literally just making squares. Like, I was making face cloths. That was it. So I started with just face cloths. Basic single crochet squares. And I'm going to show you what I've gotten myself to this year. Right, give me 1 second. Okay. So to start off, I learned how to make magic rings and little guys. He's got a really squish. He was in a drawer. Hold on. There we go. There we go. He's a little guy. And this is even a little guy. So I coined these as chicken nuggets, and I was giving them away during the tomato season last year. I was literally just making these to use up balls of yarn. So, and I did. I finished this entire ball of yarn, and I think I made 12 of these, and I gave away 6 or 7, and I had somebody buy one, and then I have 3 left that I was actually trying to sell. Nobody's bought them, but that's okay. I'll probably give them to one of the ladies that I know has grandchildren that she sees later on this month. So I'll give them to her, and maybe they'll enjoy them. They're old enough, and she's smart to know not to give if there's younger ones with eyes. But, so, yes, these little chicken nuggies. Oh, I want him not directly in the sun, but he's going to be. I was trying to show. There he is, yeah. He's got, like, pink and brown and gray in it. This was actually a really cool ball of yarn after I looked at it. So he's the little chicken nuggets. So we had these guys, and then we had the big fun stressy balls. I only made 3 of these ones. I made one for me. I'm having a brain fart. I made 3, okay? I only have 1. I gave the other 2 to other people that I deeply care about. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I made 3. made 3. I made one as a present, and the other one was just so they could have something to squish, because we all have stress and anxiety, you know? So, yeah, 3 of these, 12 of these, very fun. This ball of yarn did not get finished on these guys, though. I actually finished the skein of yarn with, like, this yarn on a scarf for my neighbor for Christmas. She loved it. She is always cold. She's an older lady as well, and she has health issues, so I figured I would make her something to keep her warm, because she's always cold. So she got a scarf out of this same fun neon yarn, and she loves neon, so it worked. I was really happy about that, because I was like, oh no, what if she doesn't like these colors? We were fine. We were fine. We were fine. All fine. So these were the first teddy bear things, plushies, that I learned to make. I'm not going to try to say the A word that they call them, because I'm going to butcher it. Because I butcher basic English words, so don't ask me to say something fancy. So, these were cool. Then, I made these. Now this one, I made him a little too long, so we ended up having to Frankenstein the inside of it, so he would be smaller. And he's still a little big, but oh my gosh. But it works, okay? So when, yeah, it's not good. It's, I don't like it that on the front of my face. I'd rather have that at the back. Yeah, so I've got this now. And then I've got arm warmers. I actually wear these when I'm gaming, because my hands, I've been told I have the touch of the Reaper, because my hands get so cold. And honestly, no one is ever wrong when they say it. I do have very cold little hands. Where is the hole? There it is. So, my little hand warmers, thing to match. It's my cat's playing on the cat tree. I was worried that something was hitting the window. It's fine. As you can see, this was the first one. This one is the second one. She fits a lot nicer. Her stitches are smoother. The ribbing is even just like lined up nicer. So, second one, first one. First ones always look bad for me, I've come to tell, which is actually funny, because this was also like my first stress body that I made, and there's like pulls through the yarns and stuff. So this was a very fun personal set for me, because my hands are always cold. But it also worked out that this one was like a looser one, because I'll wear this on my left where I have my Fitbit, because I tried to put this one on my left and I was worried I was going to screw it up. Oh, there's like a black squirrel snowbathing on my fence, but the sun is hitting him, so he's like red tinted in his tail. I love squirrels, if you haven't noticed. Anytime we do a video where I'm stood in my kitchen looking and I can see out my kitchen window and there's squirrels, it's fantastic. But I always get distracted. But they're so cute. I love them. So, yes, this was a very fun personal project. I did very good on it. Minus this being a little loose, but I don't mind it, because like if I have my hair down or if I have it up, like it's not tight. Like that's what I wanted. I didn't want it like to my face. But I do wish I did like I feel like it looks good, but this was a really icky yarn. Oh my goodness. Like if you ever understand the ick, the texture ick, okay? The texture ick is big for me, and this is a texture ick while crocheting. While it's on, it's fine, but while I was using it, big ick. The yarn was inconsistently like in thickness, because it's like one where other yarns are woven in, so we'd have really thin pieces where it was almost like they were running out of yarn, and then you'd go into the next color and there's like a blob. So it was like super thick. Like you can literally see one right here, right? Like this is so much thicker compared to like other spots. Like it's just, it was inconsistent and very icky in my hands. But on, I like it. The coloring turned out really cute in these too. So that was project, I don't even know. I actually lost count of how many projects I did. But if you wanted to count like 3 of those and like 12 of these, there's like 15. this was not the project right after, actually. The next project that I did right after learning the stress balls, ow, is one of my pride and joys. I made myself a cardigan, a free-handed pattern that literally had no pattern, just vibes. Is she perfect? Absolutely not. Is she beautiful? Yes. Yes. So I did it in this really stunning pine green with espresso brown ribbing. The only thing that I did wrong is my sleeves are literally a centimeter too short. I would have needed one more or two more rows of green per sleeve to have them sit exactly on my wrist where I wanted them to. But I didn't have any more of this green, and when I went to the store to look to see if they had more, it's a different dye lot, and no. So we just have short sleeves that we just don't talk about. So this is really only worn for very special occasions or sometimes just photos. Truthfully. I wore these Christmas Eve for all of a good 30 minutes, and then I got overstimulated and really hot, because it is warm. It's a plush yarn, like a velvet plush yarn that I used. Oh, I never trimmed those edges. Funny. But it's warm. This thing holds your heat, and if you're not hot, you will be. But I love it. So I can wear my tank top dresses with this and not have to worry about being cold, because I'm going to be roasting and sweating my butt off anyways. But I'm very proud of this. No, I'm not getting it on because I cannot put it on over the sweater I'm currently wearing. But it is very nice. And it was single crochets. I single crocheted this entire sweater. Actually, and I don't even, that's a lie. The cuffs are half double crochet. But the rest of this is single crochet, okay? And if you're a crocheter, you know, okay? You know. And then the other big crochet project that I did, I actually did a video about it. You'll see it's right there. I don't know, my directions are really bad, okay? It's right there. It is my wisteria vine. That one I'm also I can't get you back up. Oh my goodness. There you go. This one I'm also extremely proud of. I winged it, but I didn't wing it. I had a general idea of the pattern for the flowers. Basically, the pattern said to do like a chain 30 or a chain 40 if you wanted short or long. And I just made sure that my chains were 30 plus. I have one down on this end that's 3 colors. Or it's 4 colors actually. It was me trying to use up the rest of the skeins of those because I refused to have 4 itty bitty little of yarn. Refused it. Absolutely. Was like, hell no, we're using it. So that one, I believe I chained 60 and then did the things up. But I did screw up on that one, and I wish that I had started doing doubles in each chain before I got to like the last colors, because it would have just looked fluffier throughout the whole thing, where I kind of screwed that up. But it's nice, okay? And then the vine, that was kind of winged. I found like I had to do a basic crochet leaf, and then I just chained and leafed and chained and leafed for a good like 3 hours. So I am not a fast crocheter yet. I'm very not fast. Granted, I could make one of these little guys in like 10 to 15, depending on if anybody was talking to me. These ones would take me like 20, 25, just because they were bigger. And well, in the first one, I was still trying to learn the magic rings. But those were the best crochet projects that I did this year, and the ones that I actually still have available to show you. Most of what other stuff I made was gifts, right? Like, I literally have 3 of these little things left because I gave away and sold 9 of them. Right, so, and then my scarf obviously went to my neighbor, so she got that. But yeah, crochet was what we learned, and honestly, I'm so excited to learn more. My stepdad, bonus mom, and my littlest brother came up to visit me on the 30th as well. It was actually great. We had a nice big fat breakfast at Stacked before we went for our tattoo appointment, so I was nice. But they brought me a giant bag of yarn from Len's Mills, which I don't know how far across Len's Mills goes, but it is, do not touch my leg. Yes. If you have cats, you know how yappy they are. They're like children. Do you wanna? Get over here. Come here. Oh. This is Hoagie for any of you who haven't seen him. My little tabby boy. He's a mama's boy. Oh, my handsome. But they brought me a bag with 6 massive balls of yarn. I got 2 yellows, 2 blues, and 2 grays. And when I tell you, I am absolutely so excited. The ideas are already running through my head. I have an idea for a really fun sweater that I want to make that's like a spiral. So I get to learn how to do like spirals and like circles in crochet this year. Hi, handsome. Good boy. So that's a project that I have going. I want to learn more about making plushies and like getting better with that. I want to learn more stitches. I have yet to learn a granny square, which my friend actually called me out on that the other day. That was so funny. That she was like, girl, what do you mean? You've been crocheting since like the summer and you have not attempted a granny square? And I was like, no, I haven't. So that is next for me to learn. Specifically, I'm learning a daisy granny square first. It's probably not what I should start with, but I found a tutorial that looks really easy, so we're gonna try it. And if we do, all the possibilities. Oh, the possibilities. You're such a good boy. Yeah. Hi. You're slipping. Oh, there you go. Good boy. But yeah, so 2025 was a year of finding out what I really enjoy and starting. Now, 2026, like I said earlier, 2026 is going to be a year of whimsy, of blooming creativity and learning. Hi. Oh, you're so pretty. Yeah. Yeah. He's such a good boy. What are you doing? He is the biggest Velcro cat I've ever had, and I love him. He's our rescue. We got him September 2023, so we've had him for 2 years now. And he's just the biggest baby now. It's actually wild. It took him almost a year to let us hold him, and now he wants uppies every day. He just would love to just be in your arms if he could. He's a good boy. I'm glad he chose us. So, yeah, 2026 is going to be the year of learning more with my crochet. I actually was talking to my friend about doing like a 52 project challenge. But I'm a little worried that I'm going to end up sending myself like really thin because I have some really big projects that I want to do. So I'm thinking of, instead of doing 52, do 26. So a 26 crochet project challenge. So that means, you know, if a project takes me a couple of weeks, it's not going to set me back as bad as if it would if I was doing 52. Because then I just have to bust out a bunch of like littler ones to make up for it. But I don't want to just like make stuff to make stuff. Like I do, but I also want to be intentional with what I'm making so that if I have to buy yarn later on in the year, I'm not just like, you know? So, learning more crochet. I'm actually going to hit up my library probably tomorrow to see if they have any like crochet books that I can go and look through. They're so handsome. And that way, hold on, you're stuck. Hold on, you're stuck. Okay, bye. He said that was it. Now he's down licking my leg. What a weirdo. And then we are also working on Project Pan still. Except this year I'm doing it a little different. In 2025, my Project Pan was basically like I filled a bucket every month or 2 months, and then I would just do a video of what I used in a bucket like that month. And I want to do it a little more intentionally this year because I realized that I really only got through like skincare and hair care. I think I really only got through like 1 or 2 makeup things, which was kind of the whole point of this, was to go through more of my makeup. But I mean, granted, I can't wear makeup at all of my jobs, so that kind of makes it a little more hard. But if I'm challenging myself to another year project pan, I'm going to pick things out that I specifically want to use, and those items are gonna go in like the bucket, not the bucket. They're gonna go in a bucket in my bathroom, and those are gonna be things that, like, if I'm doing my makeup on the weekends when I'm not at work, those are the products that I'm using until I use them. And then, say if I finish everything in that bucket, then I go and I add new items to the bucket later on in the year, obviously once I've used things. But yeah, like I have about 6 or 7 eyeshadow palettes still that I wanted to use before I end up having to toss them. Some of them have been open for like 2 years, so I'm honestly worried about getting like eye infections. But I also don't want to get rid of them. The blue jays are out. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm squirrel braining right now. But the sun was so nice to not sit here. And I'm not sitting in the sunroom because it's still cold. So, no. You're getting blue jay and squirrel distractions, okay? Accept it. Accept it. But, yeah, I am trying to be a little bit more intentional with how I'm doing things. I'm still going to be doing Project Pantry. I have so many things that I've accumulated, not like in a bad way, but so like last Christmas when I had got my first layoff at the job that I'm going back to, right before Christmas break that week, they were sending me home with like everybody, not just me, but they were sending people home with like cases of tomato paste and Rotel and stuff. So I have probably 20 cans of Rotel to use, and I still probably have about 48 cans of tomato paste. So I am going to be making a lot of soups. I'm actually making a soup for like tomorrow, because tonight we're having bacon and eggs, and I have to make homemade bread before we can do that because I don't have bread and nothing is open today. So I will be making bread after this video, which is cool. I love to make bread. My homemade bread is delicious, and honestly, any homemade bread is way better than store-bought bread. It's just different. It's better. But yeah, like I was doing a Project Pantry in December, and don't get me wrong, I challenged myself to use 30 items. It did not happen. Realizing now that December was probably not the month that I should have tried to do it, because I was not home a lot. I was not home a lot. Like I had a 3-day visit to my family at the beginning of the month. Then I pet sit on a weekend. And then we had family dinners out the butt. Like out the butt. Actually, I guess there wasn't that many. We did also spend 2 days though getting tattoos in December. So we went on the 12th and the 30th. And when we do those days, we usually eat out, so those days don't count either. So you had like 4 days for family, you had a weekend for pet sitting, you had 2 days for that. So we had at least 9 days besides Christmas like outings. So we also had Christmas Day dinner, and that one we didn't eat anything that day until we went to dinner. Excuse me. So that was something that like I enjoyed. I definitely did that for the sake of getting to just stuff my face at Christmas, and I'm not upset about that I did that. I spent the first 10 months of this year literally just surviving off of like tuna and eggs and lean protein. So when I got laid off in Thanksgiving after the tomato season was done, I did not hold back, okay? If I wanted a sweet treat, I ate a sweet treat. If I wanted an extra helping, I went and I ate an extra helping. Okay, sometimes your body does need a break after you've done such a long stint for weight loss, and I did. Like, I will not lie, I did lose 100 pounds. I went from 306 pounds, and the lowest I made this year was 201. Granted, I think I'm sitting at 207 right now, so yes, I did put on some weight. Oh no, that honestly would have crushed me. Don't get me wrong, I was a little sad, but I would have spiraled and it would have gotten worse. But instead I kind of used it and was like, you know what, like, the last 2 months were filled with family gatherings, holidays, pet sitting weekends, tattoo appointments, And all of those things end up, like, I eat more. I don't track my calories during stuff like that because I'm just not trying to sit there at Thanksgiving typing in how much turkey or mashed potatoes I eat, okay? So, yes, I did see that this Sunday. So, I think today is Thursday. So, on Sunday, I had seen that I had gotten up to about 212, 213, and then I weighed myself yesterday and I was back down to 207, 208. So, I'm not as worried. Like, I literally just had to get back on counting my calories and movement again. Which, don't get me wrong, I was trying my best to do my 10K steps every day, but I wasn't really like weightlifting. I even stopped doing like my dance classes on YouTube for a bit there, so I'm gonna get back into those. My goal for fitness wise is to do my 10K steps a day, every day, but each month I would like to see if I can push it up one. Now, I'm not saying that by December I want to do 22,000 steps every day, but I would like to slowly work that goal up until we're at 15,000 steps a day. But I also want to add in strength training 3 times a week. And I want to add back in mobility training and yoga. And I want to do a weekly dance class through YouTube at my house because I'm wooden, okay? I'm white. Let's be real, I'm white. I don't dance, okay? My parents tried to put me in dance classes when I was a kid, okay? They tried me in ballet, hip hop. They even tried me in gymnastics. There was another dance too that they tried to put me in, and I was like, what the hell? So yeah, I can't dance. I can't dance, okay? I'm very wooden. I'm very wooden. I have no rhythm. I just wiggle, okay? I just wiggle, but I'm trying to learn, okay? I found these really awesome dance instructors that I enjoy their videos. They're very fun. So that is the goal. So yes, movement, lots of movement. And I go back to work on January 5th. And I'm very thankful. Oh, I cannot wait. I got really stir crazy the last 2 months, and I'm very thankful that like I had the times to go like visit my family, go pet sit for a weekend, just different environments, different objectives, different things, because I probably would have went absolutely crazy if I didn't have anything to do. Which is also why I did so many crochet projects after the run too, like between the like the flower, my hand warmers, and my headband, the scarf for my neighbor. If I didn't have things that I was working towards, I probably would have like absolutely gone crazy. I'm a yapper and I'm a social person. Like I'm an introverted extrovert. We'll say that. Okay? If I'm not comfortable with you, I will shut down. But if I'm comfortable with you, which is weird because I will go to the grocery store and me and the old ladies in the cheese aisle will just yap. Bitch, I love it, okay? Girls, if you're like in your late 20s and you have nothing better to do, go grocery shopping by yourself and just talk to all the old ladies, okay? They love to yap. They're lonely too, okay? Go make some friends with Gertrude down the road. Okay? The people that I actually talk to the most in this town since I moved here, my neighbors, which are both over the age of 65, and an older couple that I met off of Marketplace. I see them at least every couple of weeks. During the tomato season, I didn't see them, so it was like a good long 2 months before I didn't see them. I was very sad. But yeah, I usually see them about every 2 weeks with a Marketplace thing where I go and I drop it off and we sit there and we talk for like 30 minutes. Love them, but they are also old and retired. I don't hang out with anybody here my age. Like literally, I don't hang out with anybody between the ages of like 18 to 40. I just vibe better with old people. I don't know. I used to get told that I had an old soul when I was younger, and I really think that it was just them telling me I was weird and they didn't know what to do with me. But that's okay. But yeah, so I'm not trying to make 2026 this like big life changing year. I have seen so many people on here saying that like 2026 is the year that they become like a millionaire. It's the year they get to quit their job. It's the year, they turn their, small business into a 6-figure business. that is not my intentions at all for 2026. I feel like I have hustled my butt for so long that I honestly want to just embrace my creativity again. I miss creativity. I miss crafting. And having a full-time job now, like I'm only working 40 hours a week until the middle of August when we go back to our 70 hours, 7 days a week for the tomato season. But so for right now, I only have to work 40 hours a week. So Monday to Friday, 8 hours, literally 8 hours, like 8 hours. You clock in, you work 8, you clock out, you go home. Love it. Always a cat hair. Always a cat hair. So I'm using that time that I'm not working to be creative. Like I will probably, depending on the projects that I'm working on, I'll spend an hour a day, even before I go to work, working on it. Or if it's a small project that I can stick in my lunch pail, I'll bring it with me to work. I did that during the tomato season. While I was still working during October, I crocheted that sweater before work, on my breaks, after work while I was waiting to punch out. It's the only reason I got it done, to be honest. So I'm going to utilize that. And honestly, like I used to think that I had this big desire that I wanted to own my own business. And I didn't want to have like a regular job. But honestly, I enjoy the security. Like, I am not upset with people who get to have their big dreams of being an artist that pays their full-time like bills and stuff like that. Kudos to them. Do I have the mental power and brain power to do that? No. No, I tried, okay? I have tried multiple times. I have had so many attempts at trying to make my art like a business and stuff, and every time I do anything that I like step into, the market gets really oversaturated really fast. And unless you have like your diehard fans and like friends and like returning customers, is really hard to try and grow in a space where you're not growing as fast as other people's talents and skills and marketing is. And for me, like honestly, I'm tired of trying to make every hobby of mine monetized. I really am. Okay, I did jewelry, crystal jewelry, wire wrapped crystal jewelry. I started doing it at like 16. So I was in high school handing out little crystal necklaces and stuff to my friends for like $5 a necklace. And I thought like, yeah, this is going to be it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave high school. I'm going to do this full time. Do you know how many months I literally spent hundreds of dollars on supplies, crystals, stuff like that to make like $10? Which, don't get me wrong, that's usually what happens when you open a business. But like, I was 16 and I started, like, I was doing it. I actually made more money at 16 doing it than I was like when I opened an Etsy shop or when I tried to do markets. I did 3 markets in the fall of 2022 and I literally lost money. There was 2 of the markets I didn't sell a single thing, and the booth fees were like $100, not to mention that the markets were an hour drive away from me. So an hour of time both ways plus our gas to get there, and we were driving through snowstorms. And the other market, I think I made $120. And it was because my grandma came and she bought a butterfly frame. So, yeah, markets weren't for me. Etsy wasn't for me. Honestly, this last year I've had more luck selling things just through Facebook to my friends and Marketplace to the people in town, and not after trying to make it a business. Like, I just have been doing cash and I'm literally back to my $5 pieces. I'm not mad about it because obviously I have accumulated so much that even I haven't bought anything for crystal jewelry or wire wrapping or even crystals, in probably like 3 years. And I still have enough that I could probably continue to make. I could probably make at least one piece of jewelry every single day this year, and I would still have more to make because I have accumulated so much of it. And I've lost the desire to want to actually make it a business. So now it's just fun and spare cash. I'm not out here trying to get rich off of slinging crystal rings, okay? Is it fun to have an extra $10 a week to maybe go get an energy drink or a cute little iced coffee? Yes. Yes, it is. Which I was doing a thing in December. For some reason, my brain was like, yeah, I'm gonna earn $1,000 off of Marketplace in December because I'm not working. I can focus just on posting and selling. I made $150 because I wasn't home. Not to mention, people who just kind of sucked this month. I had so many people bail on me last minute. They would literally supposed to be there in like 5 minutes and they would just be like, yeah, no, not coming anymore, like not interested. I had somebody say that they would pay me like at $5 to deliver it across town because they didn't drive. They sent me to a random address, like a random apartment building that they actually didn't live in, and the key code that they gave me to get in obviously didn't work. Thank goodness though, because they didn't live there, and as I showed up they blocked me. So I was so frustrated because I had spent my time, my energy, my gas to go, like, don't get me wrong, it was like a 5-minute drive. But it was like the principle of it. Like, they literally did it just to fuck with me because they had no intentions of buying. Like, they were only buying 2 items that were $5 each. It was like a workout outfit. And I was willing to drive it to them. And literally, as I pulled in, they had me blocked. And I was like, what the fuck? I actually posted in the rant and rave just being like, yo, guys, bitch crazy. Just block her. So, like, that kind of sucked. And then we had people, they were like, yeah, like, we're going to be up visiting family and we'll take, like, this, and this. I had somebody that was supposed to come up, like, he had family that, where I live, that he was visiting, and he lives, like, an hour and a half away, hour and a bit. And he was supposed to come pick it up this, like, Christmas week while he was up visiting family. And same thing, like, I just checked in. It was, like, Christmas Eve, and I was just like, hey, just wanted to check, make sure, because he had, like, he was buying a set of things that was, like, $100. So I was like, yo, is this, like, I have this marked as pending for you, and now, like, it's been a week, you're not answering, you're not reaching out, like, are you getting it? And then he literally left me on red, and I went back later to just see if it was, like, I just opened it to while he was driving or something. Please don't. But yeah, no, he had me blocked. So I was like, that is so cool. Like, thank you guys for wasting my time and potentially, like, other people who thought they could get this for somebody else for Christmas, and you guys, like, fucked that out of their chances. Super cool. But yeah, that's what happens when you do marketplace selling, or like even eBay and stuff like that. I've heard the same things, that some people are just dicks. But actually, Etsy seems to be a problem too. I have a few friends that use Etsy, and they have a lot of people, like, they'll get the product because they'll get shipping, like, tracking on their shipments, and it'll say that it's been delivered, and it's literally a picture of, like, the product getting there, and then they'll get a refund thing from, like, through Etsy and PayPal, and basically Etsy does not give a crap whether you have proof that it was arrived and it wasn't damaged or anything. They will just automatically give them the refund. Like, they don't even reach out really ever. They just give the refund. So then now the seller is out product and out their money and shipping and all of that. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I'm not dealing with it. 2026 is a year that I am trying to keep my calm, cool, and collected composure. If you know me, you know that is not a composure I actually have at all. I'm not calm, nor cool, nor collected. I'm very chaos. Chaos. That's it. That's the word, okay? I am chaos. And it's okay. It's okay. We're embracing it this year, but I seen a video of this girl whose hair caught on fire, like, during a choir. And when I tell you, I have never seen somebody just have psh. Girl, teach me. Like, how did you regulate your emotions like that? Was it your mom? Did she teach you? Can she adopt me for, like, a week and teach me? Because, my goodness. I want to be that level of calm, cool, and collected that if my hair catches on fire, I'm just like, psh. All right, back to singing choir. Please. Please. Okay? I literally cannot, like, my mouse died yesterday playing a video game on my computer. And do you think I was calm, cool, and collected? Absolutely not. I shit whipped my mouse at the wall. I am no better than a man that we all make fun of with video games, okay? No better. My video games aren't even stressful like that, okay? It's because my mouse died and I was in the middle of the thing and then I fucking died. So I whipped my mouse and then I literally just had to go replace the AA battery in it because my silly self has cordless. If you have a PC, cordless mice suck. Get a corded. I'm upgrading later. But, yes. I've just realized I've been yapping for 50 minutes and I completely lost the plot of this video. So, I think we're gonna call it here. There was literally the plot in this is gone now. I have no idea. But, yeah. Happy New Year. Happy Holidays. Merry Christmas. All of that stuff, because I really sucked with Vlogmas this year. I really gave up. I'm not even gonna say I gave up. I truthfully just kind of forgot about it a lot. I forgot a lot about it. Oh well. That's okay. 2026 is a new year. You guys are about to get a 50-minute yap session that I'm not even sure I know what it's about anymore. So, yeah, basically, we're doing the same things, but better and with more focus on it and intentionality. Yeah, I think intention is a good word for this year. The intention to grow, the intention to learn, and the intention to regulate one's self. So, yeah. If you made it this far in the video, kudos to you. I love you. You're like a real G, okay? If you didn't make it this far, I still love you. I don't blame you for swapping out of this because what was this? It's like my own little podcast at 52 minutes of just yapping. I'm not even sure what I was yapping about now. That's okay, I didn't have enough coffee yet. But I'm going to let you guys go. Enjoy your holidays. And if you guys ended up getting stuck in one of those snowstorms that we had in Ontario this past couple of days, I love y'all. Stay safe, stay warm. Keep your toes cold or warm instead of cold. Don't lose your toes, okay? Love y'all. Have a great year. And I will check back in with you very soon. Bye. Love ya.